Does anyone remember the expectation for circles in relationship to the talking piece? Does anyone remember the expectation? What is it?
When somebody has like the ball, you can't talk.
You're only speaking when you have the talking piece. I'm going to say, I'm Mrs. Schwambeck, and I am feeling like an 8 today because I'm excited that the Phillies won last night.
I'm Megan, and I'm feeling like a 6 because I'm tired.
Being able to use restorative practices to meet with students in homeroom, get them talking about how they feel about being at our school, encouraging them to meet some new students and make friends through having homeroom circles has been really beneficial this year.
I liked when we went around the room and said what we feel about the certain thing.
I liked talking about our feelings in the circle.
I liked how we could talk about our feelings and pass if we weren't comfortable with it.
Thumbs up if you think you should be able to share your feelings at school. Thumbs down if you think not, and somewhere in between. So let me just see. Go ahead, let me see. All right, anyone want to share? The main learning intention is how to use affective statements to express how the impact of behaviors make you feel.
I definitely use affective statements. I also have a student teacher, Miss Johnson, and she's been using them as well. We definitely like to let the students know how we're feeling and why we're feeling that way. And basically, we've started to see the students communicating a little bit more that way themselves.
The students identify this language and they're starting to hear it in more spaces, not just my classroom. And they know that they can use that language too, so it's building trust.
And I'm hoping if we do the proactive stuff more and think about how we speak with each other and use consistent language, then we'll be managing conflict less of the time. Because, we'd rather stay in the positive.
All of the conversations that we've had with students with a restorative lens have been really positive. I definitely see some changes in the culture here at Keith Valley Middle School, and I see changes within students and the relationships with other students and with adults here as a result of the work we've been doing.
If you guys remember, we talked about affective questions. What these questions are designed to do, as a reminder, is hold people accountable in a way that feels supportive. Instead of me saying, why'd you do that? It's what happened? Who was affected?
We were having some hard times with our students and following directions, so we created a circle in our room, which she helped support us to talk about respecting behaviors or being respectful, and it really helped us in our classroom.
So quick story, I had a teacher report to me the other day that after the lesson, a student in her class came up and said, I feel frustrated about this work. I really feel frustrated because I don't understand. And then that informed, because it provided feedback about how that student was feeling, and then they could work together.
The use and discussion around restorative practices allowed for me to get the students to talk about the sides of things that we as teachers don't see. The part that we jump to conclusions for, we might try to reprimand or stop in the hallway, and it's something what are we not seeing? What goes on that happens in the student world that we don't see that might make sense to certain behaviors?
So this really was a stepping stone to think about affects and feelings. Anyone have anything else to share? You guys were awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here with all of you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.